So in fatherhood, then, what's
Okay,
some wisdom you can give us?
my wisdom. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to confess, and I think we all do, that we are not perfect. See? And knowing that we're not perfect, that means that at any time, any place, anywhere, under any given situation, we can blow it. We are being tempted continually by the enemy. And knowing that should make, and it does, it makes me painfully aware of how weak I am and how much I need God in my life. And so when it comes to raising your family, our children and things like that, we really need the discernment and the wisdom of God to minister to our children. We need to love them more than the world. And by that I mean, see, the world is a real attraction. The world would love to get your children. And it masks itself in love. I mean, you look around, love somebody, everything is love, everything is beautiful, and everything like that. And it isn't. The world is an evil place. But our children, being children, and not having the discernment that you and I have, or hopefully you've developed, they can't tell the difference. And so it's up to us to love them more than the world and to let them know that they're loved, truly, truly loved. And teach them the discernment. Explain to them, why is that wrong? Why is that type of attitude wrong? Why is that type of stuff that you're watching on TV with the jokes always making the father look like a dummy and the mother look like an airhead? Why is that wrong? That's really not right. That's not the way it should be. Is that the kind of family you'd want to live in? And then let them see your faith every day. Your faith, not just in words, like you can't say, well, don't do as I say, don't do as I do as I say. That's a crock, You let them see your faith by your affection for one another, for your wife. Let them see you hug, kiss each other, and pray for one another. And teach them the value of prayer. When our kids were still in the school age, going to school before they left, Sally and I would lay hands and pray on each one of them. That God would bless them and protect them and be with them, while they were at school and everything, and keep them safe. And that's important. And then after, see, prayer never stops. Prayer never stops. After they left home, they were in college, things like that, we continued to pray for them and let them know that we were praying for them. And still pray for them, and even when they do things that we don't agree with, and sometimes some of you out there, you have your kids that have just gone off and everything like that, you continue to pray for them, continue to thank God for their salvation, for guiding them, for directing them, and believe me, it works. There's nothing more powerful than honest, sincere prayer, and when the two of you pray, and if you're a single parent home or something like that, okay, but God understands that. And God loves your kids more than you do. What else you want to know?
What's a favorite verse of yours?
Well, I got a couple. Psalms 37:4 says, "Delight thyself in the ways of the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart." Psalms 37:4. Another translation of that, it says, "Delight thyself in the ways of the Lord, and He will make His heart's desires your heart's desires." And I like that. See, that Jesus gave us the example. He says, "Father, not my will, but thy will be done." You know that in the word Father isn't mentioned in the Old Testament at all. It's only mentioned in the New Testament. Anyway, but I just thought about that. But yeah, so delight thyself in the ways of the Lord, and He will make His heart's desires your heart's desires. Isn't that what you want? See? It's not a question of He'll give you the desires of your heart, because sometimes the desires of my heart aren't really His desires. But I want my desires to be His desires. And when that happens, good things happen. And then my other favorite verse, of course, is Joshua, what is it? My favorite verse, 24:15. It says, "Choose for yourself this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." That's a great verse, you know. See, you choose. You choose. You make the choice whom you're going to serve. Now, like Joshua said, are you going to serve the things of this world? See, that's where the priority things come. You know, are you going to serve the things of this world? Are you going to be a slave to them? Or are you going to be a bond slave, to the Lord? Choose for yourself this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord.
Going back to that priority thing, go down the list there. What's your first priority?
First priority is God.
And then what's next?
Then my marriage.
And what?
Then my children. Then my career.
Right. And then if somebody either puts their career ahead of God, what is that?
It's double-minded. It's a mistake, because, if you put anything before the Lord, you shut the Lord off. You cut Him off.
Yeah.
You break that communication. See,
and you'll be probably a worse husband and a worse father.
Oh,
because of it.
You're going to crash and burn.
And some people will put their marriage in front of that too, and they'll make that their first priority.
And some people put their kids.
Their kids, right?
Yeah, and that's.
Yeah. It's a good thing, but that when the Bible talks about idolatry, that's what it's talking about. When you take something and basically make it more important than God, and you've made that thing idolatry. So.
Yeah, and some, we've all seen, been at Little League games and soccer games and that, where the parents are, one of them or both of them are living vicariously through their kid. And maybe in years past, they were a wannabe baseball star, or a wannabe soccer star, or a wannabe ballet dancer, or whatever. And they're living their life through that child. And God help that child if he or she makes a mistake or something like that, and doesn't come up to the level that they've placed them on. I mean, it becomes a nightmare, and And then people wonder why, there's a breakdown in the family and respect and things like that, because everything is upside down. And double-mindedness brings instability in every way.
Yeah.